All right, let's talk about that mysterious metal box humming away outside your house, your HVAC system. And I know, it sounds about as exciting as watching grass grow. But what if I told you it's actually this incredible, complex machine fighting a constant battle just to keep you comfortable? Today, we're going to pull back the curtain and give you the power to finally understand it.
So, here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll start with that moment of pure panic when everything breaks. Then, we'll uncover the hidden forces that are secretly attacking your system. We'll tackle the single biggest financial question you'll face. After that, we'll demystify what actually happens when you call for help. And finally, we'll reveal the secret weapon that puts you in control.
Okay, picture this. It's the absolute hottest day of the year. The air is so thick you can practically swim through it. You walk inside, desperate for that blast of cool relief, and instead, you get hit with a wall of stale, warm air. The AC is dead. It is a moment of pure, unadulterated homeowner dread.
This isn't just a small problem, right? It feels like a full-blown crisis. Your home, your sanctuary from the world, is suddenly just as miserable as the outside. So what are the first clues? What are the warning signs your system is sending out an SOS? Well, the most obvious one, of course, is warm air coming out of your vents, but you gotta look for the other signs too. Do you see a puddle of water near the indoor unit? Or maybe there's a big chunk of ice on the coils? Or it's making some awful clanking or screeching noise. Maybe it just turns on for a minute, then shuts off, then turns on again. That's called short cycling. All of these are symptoms of a much bigger problem.
Now, here's what's so fascinating. These things almost never just happen out of the blue. They're usually the final straw after a long, slow war that's been waged against your system by an enemy you can't even see, your local environment.
We're going to use Indian Trail, North Carolina, as our main example here, but this idea, it applies no matter where you live. Your system is constantly being challenged by your specific climate, whether that's the dry desert heat, the salty coastal air, or in this case, the brutal humidity and wild temperature swings of the Carolinas. And check this out. These are the specific attacks. Extreme heat, it forces your system to run pretty much nonstop. The crazy high humidity, that makes it work double time, not just cooling the air, but literally ripping gallons of water out of it. That can actually freeze the coils solid. And get this, even the dirt matters. Heavy clay soil holds moisture, creating a damp crawl space that can rot your ductwork from the outside in. So, your system is officially broken. It's lost its long battle with the environment. A technician comes out, gives you the bad news, and now you're staring down the barrel of the single most stressful and often most expensive decision a homeowner has to make. Seriously, what do? Do you sink hundreds, maybe even $1,000 into a machine that's 15 years old, just hoping nothing else breaks next month? Or do you just bite the bullet and shell out thousands for a brand new system? It feels like a total gamble. But there's actually a really simple tool that can help you cut through all that noise. Meet the $5,000 rule. Now, look, it's a guideline, it's not gospel, but it is an incredibly effective way to take all the emotion out of the decision and just look at it from a simple financial point of view. Let's just walk through a quick example. Let's say the repair is going to cost you $400. And your system? It's a creaky 15 years old. Okay, you multiply those two numbers. 400 times 15. That gives you 6,000. Since that number is bigger than 5,000, the rules suggest you're probably better off putting that repair money towards a new, reliable, and way more efficient system. See? It's a simple bit of math that gives you a surprisingly clear answer. Okay, so what happens next? You've made a decision, you're calling for help. And let's be honest, that can be intimidating. You're worried about getting upsold or confused by a bunch of technical jargon, but a professional service call, it should be a really clear, predictable process. Really, it just boils down to these 3 simple steps. You call them, they figure out what's wrong, and then, and this is the most important part, only with your approval, they fix it. The key to everything is that written estimate. No work should ever start, and you should never be charged for a repair until you have seen the cost in writing and given the green light. That's what puts you in the driver's seat. And to make that decision with real confidence, you gotta know the kind of numbers you're looking at. There's gonna be a diagnostic fee just for them to show up and figure out the problem. Then you've got the hourly rate for the actual work. And yeah, there's the big one. A full system replacement can be anywhere from $5,000 to $12,000, maybe more. Seeing these numbers ahead of time takes away the sticker shock and lets you budget with a clear head. We've spent this whole time talking about what to do when things go wrong, but the single most powerful tool you have as a homeowner is making sure that 95-degree day of panic never even happens to begin with.
And this, right here, is the big takeaway. We have to completely reframe how we think about this. A tune-up isn't just another bill to pay. It is an investment. It's an investment in reliability and efficiency, and in avoiding those huge, soul-crushing repair bills down the road. A regular tune-up is made up of these simple but absolutely critical tasks. A technician checks refrigerant levels for peak efficiency, they tighten up all the electrical connections to stop failures before they start, they clean out all the gunk, and they clear the drain line so you don't get clogs and water damage. These small, proactive steps are exactly what stop a tiny issue from turning into a catastrophic system failure. Think about it. Your HVA system works tirelessly, completely silent day in and day out, until it doesn't. And understanding its challenges, its language, and what it needs from you, that transforms you from a victim of a breakdown into an informed caretaker. So it leaves us with this final thought. What other complex, invisible systems in your life, your car, your finances, even your health, could benefit from that same shift, away from reactive panic and toward proactive power?